Hi, can you hear me? I hope so. I can hear you. I can hear the birds. I'm Kevin Canals, and this is my story about trying to find a hearing aid solution that works for me. And it's been a long journey, and I stumbled across a device that I think is going to work for me in the long run. And I do want to let you know this is not a paid promotion. This is a hearing aid device called BeHear Access from Where and Here that I bought off of Amazon, and I've been trying out for a week to see if it's going to work for me. So I've always known that I've had hearing loss. The left side is, getting kind of bad. The right side is even worse, and I got tinnitus in there, so I got this, sound going on all the time. And of course, always asking people to repeat questions. I can't hear them, turning up the TV. It was interesting. I was recording a video several weeks ago, and I use a wireless mic. And I went in to start editing, and I heard a leaf blower. I'd never heard a leaf blower when I was out recording, but the wireless mic picked it up, but my ears didn't. And that's when I said, I got to do something because this is interfering with work. I mean, it's one thing to ignore your family members, but you can't ignore work. So that's when I went looking for a solution, because I have some very specific requirements that I want, because use my phone. I have an iPhone, and several months ago I got some wireless not hearing aids, but earbuds that work great. They play streaming music, and I can answer the phone with them and type. And that's some of the big stuff is, I'm intently working on a book or a blog post. I'm typing away, and I get a phone call, and that's when I need to answer the phone call, and I need to be typing at the same time because it's usually a client. So I'm have to enter stuff in for Covered California. And so I needed a hearing aid solution that connected to my phone by Bluetooth. So it was kind of a hands-free headset operation. And then the other requirement is I kind of got involved with, or I subscribed to streaming music, and I really enjoy listening to my music during the day. I can take those relaxing walks in the backyard and kind of decompress at lunch and then come back in, or whatever it happens to be. And that's all great through the phone, but of course, it would be nice to have something where I could hear things going on in the house, conversations, the TV, without having to turn it up too high, and of course the cats when they want to, then they're meowing and they want to come in. So that's kind of a tall order to have all of that wrapped into a hearing aid solution. And that's when I was flipping through a bunch of different hits, and there's a lot of ear hearing aid solutions, and battery life was an issue. And when I was on Amazon, this popped up. I said, okay, I'm going to give it a try. And so now I have tried it for about a week, and this is my review, so to speak. So this BeHear Access comes with these two tassels. We got the wired earbuds in, and then you can see there's several different silicone earbuds. They're conical and round to fit your ear. And I've got the little windscreens on there now. I find that they do help if there's a breeze blowing. And then there's some other little hooks that help keep the hearing aid in your ear. It kind of hooks onto that top part there if you're always leaning over, which actually can help. And there is this little cradle that the BeHear Access, that it has the battery and all the intelligence in it for the most part, sits on, because it's a rechargeable battery, and they say it gets between 10 to 12 hours of battery life, and I have experienced that. Probably a little bit less if I'm doing a lot of Bluetooth streaming of music or phone calls. It decreases the battery life a little bit, and it certainly did with my other pair. But it's red when it's charging, then it's green. And on the back of the neck piece, there's a little button there, W and H, and you push that to turn it on, turn it off. And whenever you turn it on or turn it off, it vibrates. So you kind of know that there's this physical change and you know what's going on. And then the LED lights blink to do different things. The earbuds are pretty big, and so the microphones, they're kind of sticking out there, and that both helps and hurts in some situations. But they're comfortable. I've found a good, comfortable silicone earbud in there, and I've tried a couple different ones. Now, what's really crucial are these two little tassels. This one on the left is the phone control. We have our volume increase and decrease, but what's important is the middle button. That's what answers the calls. With my other earbuds, I would just touch the iPhone, and you can't do that with these. You have to press that little triangle to answer the phone or decline the call. And then on the right side, you have the volume controls, and then those two little wavy lines, that is the mode selector. Because this BeHear Access has a couple different modes that will channel, sounds into your ear. There's indoor, outdoor, crowd, and live music mode. Now, from what I can deduce, there's about 8 different frequencies that are measured and sent in, 500 kilohertz, 2 kilohertz, whatever it is. And the different modes change those. They either amplify them. So like on the indoor mode, you can hear everything. Just everything is just spiked up. You can hear the cat walking across the carpet. And I've used various ones for different situations. I find that live music works the best for me. It keeps down kind of the ambient transient noise, and I'm just able to hear either the TV or a conversation in the house. So, but you just kind of needed to experiment with them. Now, on the phone, when it's connected, it'll say BeHear Access. And the phone has worked very well. I can hear the people on the other end just fine. Maybe a little bit on the bass side as opposed to the other ones, but I think that's just a function of the speakers inside the earphones. And no one has said that they cannot hear me very well, which sometimes I would have a problem with these if I had them on wrong. I'm not really sure where the microphone is on the BeHear Access, but so far no one has complained that they can't hear me. The music is awesome. Now, of course, I'm going deaf, so anything that's nice and loud is good. But compared to other earbuds, it's very good quality. Now, I'm sure there's like the iPod earbuds and ones that go over here are probably better, and that's cool. But for me, good bass. They just really sound good, crisp, and clear. So I appreciate that because I'm listening to a lot of music. Now, with the BeHear Access app, one of the things you can do is a hearing test, and it creates a hearing profile. So this is mine, and you can see that my left ear has a little bit better hearing for the different frequencies than the right ear. And supposedly they take that profile and apply that to the different modes to either increase or decrease certain frequencies. Okay, I guess it works. Everything sounds equal and even. I don't have any problems. Something else that you can also control within the app. So the Bluetooth connection between the BeHear Access and the phone, it's about 20 to 25 feet. And so if I walk out of my office and I go down there and I go too far away, I'll get this little buzz and a little voice says, disconnected. And then when I walk back, connected. Well, that's, for some people annoying. But it's nice because it's like, oh, I forgot my phone or I'm out of range. And that's very important. But you can turn those off and how loud you want them and all that fun stuff. I like the vibrating thing. You really kind of, sometimes you don't know some of these electronic devices have done anything when you push a button. And when it vibrates, it's like, oh, okay, cool. Now, I do more public speaking lately than during, obviously, the COVID lockdown. I wasn't doing any. And it has always been difficult for me to hear audience questions and then formulate a good answer and a good response. And sometimes I do history hikes, and so this was a perfect opportunity about a week ago to use the BeHear Access, and it was a history group of about 20-25 people, and you can see how far away some of the people were from this old wine cellar foundation from the 1860s. And I was using, I think, probably the live mode, or live music mode, and I heard people just fine from across the way, 20-30 feet. And so I was able to respond. So that was very nice. Now, when I was walking on the trail, I had some problems with a person next to me, so I changed it to outdoor mode, and that seemed to help. I don't know if it's because where they were talking. You know, sound waves, they change depending on what direction they're coming from, and if they're behind you or coming towards you, you know, the frequencies may be different, so that may have something to do with it. Went to the grocery store, and I just got a phone call. I'm going to decline that. Sorry, I'm on the line, but that just came through my BeHear Access, and so there we go. And I get phone calls all the time. Went to the grocery store, and it worked very well. You know, there's a lot of hard surfaces in there banging around, but I understood everyone talking to me, even those people screaming at me to get out of the aisle. I heard, because now we have the plexiglass stuff and people are wearing masks, so that has really actually made it difficult for me to hear. But I picked up on all the cashier saying, you know, this is this and that. So it was good. It worked well. Then we went out to dinner. And a really nice restaurant right down the road. Lots of soft services, tablecloths, you know, just kind of a nice atmosphere. But it didn't work. I could not find a mode inside, crowd, outdoor, in the live music that shut down all the ambient noise around me so that I could just focus on the person across the table from me. It was, you know, unfortunate. I have heard that even very expensive hearing aids in the $2,000 to $4,000 range have the same issues with all the ambient noise. I think part of the issue is the way the BeHear Access are designed. See, these microphones are on the outside, so they're just picking up everything, as opposed to the in-ear hearing aids that are really capturing, you know, that's what our ears are for. They are to capture the sound waves and direct them into our ear canal up to our eardrum. So if you have something further in your ear, the microphone further in your ear, you're going to be able to, you know, direct your face and then receive those. But these, I just think, was picking up everything. I'm not going to, that's just something, you know, I have to kind of live with. Pairing the phone to the earbuds is simple. I didn't have any problems whatsoever. Now, what is odd after you paired it is that it shows up as two connections. And actually, both of those Bluetooth connections, they have to be connected and working for everything to work. I suspect one connection is for the hearing aid amp, and so you can make the adjustments on your phone for the different modes, like live music or crowd, and make some of those adjustments, I guess, because that would impact the BeHear Access device. And then potentially another connection for the live streaming music and the phone. I'm not sure. No one's been able to tell me. I have, you know, taken the devices off. I've reset everything, but I always, even when I put it on my iPad, I got two of those connections on there, and both of them have to be active for everything to work. It's not a big deal. Most everything can be done with the tassels, and once it's up and running, I'm just answering phone calls. So that's a little tricky, probably more irritating or annoying, but it doesn't really interfere with the function as long as you've got everything set up. I did have these paired to my iPad, and that seemed to cause problems. Now, there one of the functions is this thing called listen through. So you could be listening to music, but also have sounds from the outside coming in. I don't like that. It just jumbles everything up. So I have it off. And when the device is paired to the phone or your tablet, if it thinks like it's getting some sort of Bluetooth connection, it blocks everything else out. And so I had problems sometimes getting back into the live hearing mode. And then I would walk in from one room and it was telling me connected, disconnected, connected, disconnected. So I just had to take it off my iPad, or you have to go in and physically disconnect. I'm too lazy sometimes to do that. So I think that's maybe what's going on there. My overall impression is that it is a pretty good product. I mean, this thing is less than $300. Okay? And the phone quality is good. The music quality is good. I'm hearing everything very well outside. There's some geese flying over the other day. I thought they were going to land on my head. I can listen to the TV. I hear the cats. So everything for that price point, and I'm sure they will improve on the amp and some of the other features, but yeah, it may be worth a try looking at. Now, like again, I have a lot of requirements for this hearing aid solution, and so mine are probably a lot higher than many other people's, but I'm pretty happy overall. So this might be a solution for you. If you have any comments, you can go ahead and leave them below. You can go to my website, insuremekevin.com, and send me an email, and I'll try, because I didn't cover everything that's going on with this BeHear Access device, but I'll try and answer your questions the best I can. So, you have a good hearing day. I'm Kevin Canals. Take care.